Hi everyone, my name is Rachel, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is where I make scrapbooking process videos and also do live scrap and chats every month. I hope you enjoy my little corner of the big crafty world, and if you'd like to watch more, please subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell to always know when I have a new video. If you could also give me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. Alright everyone, let's start scrapping! Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of From Our Scrap Bin. This is a monthly collab of YouTubers where we use one 12 by 12 sheet of paper and the rest of what we use are simply scraps. I'm going to be working with Amy Tangerine's Late Afternoon and I am going to use this as my background. I'm going to see if I can gut some of it because I really love these cameras and they aren't in any of the sticker or ephemera, which was a little annoying, I will not lie. But I think that's what we're going to go ahead and do. I'm going to go ahead and get you put on fast forward. Before I do, two things. First, if you could flip me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. And also make sure you head into the description box below. I will have links to all the videos of the other YouTubers participating in this monthly collab. All right, everybody, let's get going.
All right, so I go ahead and trim off my branding strip and apparently pull over some Nuvo drops in a bag that I had sitting on my trimmer there. And I go ahead and trim off my branding strip. I have a bunch of the branding strips here. I'm not going to end up using them, but I did bring them out as part of this because technically they are scraps. So the first thing that catches my eye is this striped piece of paper. Obviously, I used part of this on another layout. And it's funny because the background is striped, so I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, you know what? I actually don't mind it. I don't know if it's because the other stripe is simply a single color, but I just, it doesn't bother me. And then I've got that little floral fading-ish into different colors thing, and then the little mini floral print, which you mostly don't see at all because I've got 5 photos going on this layout. But for some reason, I felt I needed it. And it does add a little bit of lightness in the center, which against that dark blue stripe made sense to my brain at the time. You really don't see a lot of it. So I'm basically doing an L-shaped layout, but off-kilter. So it's just a basic design, an L shape or a T shape or a shelf with a cross bridge, I guess you'd call it. I have no idea. I think I'm just making up words at this point. But that's going to be my basic design. It's actually a really busy layout. Like, there's a lot of photos. There's a lot of colors. It's fine. Is it my absolute most favorite layout I've ever done on the planet? No, but I'm totally okay with that. It's done. I do like it. I am happy with it. You'll see here is where I'm going to just use my scissors and trim out or gut a part of this so I can have some of those cameras to fussy cut. In fact, I'm actually going to fussy cut a couple of them for this layout once I cut ahead. Now here you get to see me do something really dumb. I just cut out that giant section of the layout. And now here I just glued down that whole paper to the open section I just cut out. And here's where I realized what I did. Super genius time, people, let me tell you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and because it's ATG, I can rub it off. So I just went ahead and rubbed off all of the glue. I cut that out. You're very welcome. So now I've got my basic structure of my layout, and then I went ahead and trimmed out or fussy cut out 3 of those cameras, one in orange, one in red, and then the one that's flipped over is actually the navy one. I wanted to bring in another piece of the navy since I've got that one blue stripe, or one navy stripe. There is another blue stripe, but I wanted to bring in that dark blue color. And now I'm going ahead and getting my photos down. And like I said, these aren't the world's best photos. These aren't the, world's... If I'd been thinking about it, I probably should have printed them out in black and white. That's just not something I normally do, so it wasn't something that I really thought about. But it tells a story, and, I'm happy with the way it turned out. As I said before, and I'm kind of rambly tonight. I apologize. So I'm going to pull out, so these word and phrase and then icon foam thickers. I'm going to choose the Choose Happy because making cookies is obviously choosing happy, unless of course you're allergic to any portion of what cookies are made with, then I apologize. But for me, that was something that was like, yay, let's make cookies. I'm going to go ahead and use the thickers that came with this collection for my title, which is Storm Baking. So a couple of weeks ago, we were expecting hurricane / tropical storm Ida to come rolling right over us. We were going to get hit smack, dab right in the middle, and we were most likely going to lose power for 10 days and have flooding and yada yada, so on and so forth. Last second, it jogged to the right, and poor Rhode Island got the most hit. We still got a lot of flooding, a lot of rain. We actually had flooding in our basement. So we did get some of the storm. We did not get the major hit that we were quote unquote supposed to. So we ended up not losing power. So we baked the cookies for naught other than to enjoy them. But our thought was that, well, if we're sitting in the dark, at least we'll have cookies. But we were not sitting in the dark, and we still had cookies. All right, I trimmed out that copper frame, and then it's a scallop, and all of the little pieces of scallop were in there, so it took me quite a little while to get all of those out, but I finally managed it. And I trimmed about 3/4 of it to tuck behind where the title is, and now I've got the other part that I'm going to tuck in the lower right hand corner. But first, obviously, I just glued down my journaling strip, and I'm just using my Art Glitter clear glue to put the glue on the bottom of the scalloped frame that I cut into 2 pieces. Now we have reached the embellishment portion of the layout. I will say I kept the embellishments pretty simple. I realize at this point, my layout's pretty busy. I don't necessarily want to go for my little bits and pieces that I normally will, so I'm not going to use enamel dots. I'm not going to do any misting. I'm going to keep the embellishments pretty basic. I'm going to add that foam thicker with the paper cover, heart, another piece of blue I wanted to bring in. And then I'm going to add some puffy stickers, just a couple, a little floral up within the same area cluster as the title is, another single flower on the same blue color over by the Choose Happy, and then another little spray down by the frame piece at the bottom. Now I finally remembered that I fussy cut out those cameras, and now I should probably use them. So I'm going to tuck the big orange one under the blue flower, and then I tuck the little navy one under the flower by the smaller piece of the frame, and then the medium-sized red one in the upper left-hand corner with the title cluster. So like I said, I don't think it's bad. I just, like I said, it's not my favorite layout. So, sometimes you have a layout where the amount of photos you have, could I have made this a double page layout? Yes. Do I really want to make a double page layout about baking cookies? And not even like for a special occasion, but simply because we were craving sweets and we happened to have chocolate chips. I just didn't necessarily feel it needed a double page layout to convey the story. So I chose to go with a slightly more crowded single page. And I'm just talking about how we were excited to remember we had chocolate chips, so we could go ahead and make cookies. Because we were like, it was one of those things where, you're craving a sweet and you're like, oh, I'll just go out. And then like literally as we were saying it, it started to pour. And I'm like, never mind. All right, that is going to finish my layout for today. Thank you guys so much. Once again, if you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. And don't forget to head down into the description box and check out the links to all the other YouTubers who are working on layouts from your scrap bin. Oh my goodness. Words started getting real hard right there. All right, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.